Social media has changed for anyone using social media to get attention. But the good news, it's never been easier to grow on social media if you focus on the right stuff. I know this because I've built Dan Martell's personal brand to over 11 million followers across all platforms, and my personal brand from 0 to 50K in 6 months. So I'm going to walk you through the 5 shifts that I'm seeing on social media right now and how you can leverage them to get an advantage. Starting with the shift that no one saw coming. Social media is now interest media. Unfortunately, since TikTok came out, we've been seeing this shift going from social media, where people are seeing their social graphs and they're seeing their friends on social media, to interest media. People go on social media and they don't see their friends. They see things that the algorithm is deciding they should see by looking at their patterns and how they consume stuff. And so what this means is that most personal brands are dead now. Most personal brands now can't get reach because they might have built a big personal brand in 2016, 2017, 2018, off this old algorithm where your followers would see your stuff. But now you have to almost compete with the person that has 1,000 followers on every single post. And you can't just post the same stuff that you used to post that would get, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 views. Now you have to focus on picking one interest that your audience wants to see from you and go all in on that. So the big idea here is people don't care about who you are anymore on social media. They care about what you can teach them. And if you don't pick the few content buckets that you want to be known for, and for me, marketing, branding, content creation, you won't stand out on social media. You'll just blend into all the noise and you won't be able to grow. But just picking content buckets won't actually make you blow up on social media, which brings us to the second shift that I'm seeing, which is going from promise-based content to proof-based content. In the past, where people would just share a clear promise in a video and they would deliver on that promise, that used to work when people weren't as skeptic. And today, skepticism is at an all-time high. People don't trust people on social media anymore because they've been burned in the past. And they've seen all these frauds blow up on social media, build up a pyramid scheme, and then have it all fall down on them. The key here is still, yes, share promises in your content, but then also follow up with some proof. People are going to listen to people who've done the thing in the past. And if you don't share proof, which by the way, wink wink, I did this at the start of this video, aren't going to grow as fast as the next person who is sharing proof. Your life experience is your advantage on social media. What you've done is what you should talk about. And trust me, I know a lot of people watching this video have done really impressive things, and you're too scared to talk about it on social media. You're too scared to brag. By you not bragging, you're actually not helping your audience because they might be listening to someone else that has less credibility, less experience in life, and is teaching them the wrong ways. And so if you want to grow on social media, start focusing on proof, not promise. But just sharing proof in your content will actually leave you behind if you don't understand this next shift, which brings me to shift number 3, going from company brands to CEO brands. Because if you go look on social media at the people that you follow, they're people, not companies. Companies are starting to understand the everyday person doesn't want to follow Coca-Cola, doesn't want to follow Tesla, doesn't want to follow Apple, doesn't want to follow OpenAI. They want to follow Elon. They want to follow Steve Jobs. They want to follow Sam Altman. They want to follow the person behind the company, not the companies themselves. And we saw this happen in real time when, the CEO of PayPal hired his head of content, put a job post up, head of content was like $180,000 a year. And the reason why he's making that hire is because he understands that on the other side of him building his personal brand, he's going to be able to point that attention to PayPal. And it's a lot easier to build your personal brand, your CEO brand, than your company brand. And so in the past, I would have said, yes, build your company brand and your personal brand on social media. But today, I'm actually shifting my advice to more, let's focus on your personal brand. Put all efforts on your personal brand and then point to your companies. Think about people like Tony Robbins. He has all these programs, but his brand is Tony Robbins. And that is the key in social media today, is people want to follow people, not companies. And you want to optimize for that on your social media. And if you're a business owner looking to hire your head of content and you want my internal SOP that I built to hire, content managers within our companies, just find me on Instagram, message me the word SOP, and I'll send you my full content manager hiring SOP. But building a CEO brand will actually blow up in your face if you make this next mistake, which brings us to shift number 4 that I'm seeing right now, which is going from AI optimism to AI resistance. People are resisting AI more today than ever before. And there's a joke that's going around the content industry right now where a lot of people are saying, I've replaced my entire team with AI, and everybody's saying we can tell. And what's happening is all these CEOs are hearing you have to get on all these tools and replace your entire content team, and they don't actually measure the output. The worst thing that I've seen is CEOs literally take an AI avatar generated by HeyGen and post that on their YouTube and expecting it to perform better than them on camera. That is the biggest mistake I'm seeing most content creators make today, is they're not listening to their audience. They can tell that you're not authentic in your content. And if you want to perform in this new era of social media, you're gonna have to resist AI. You're gonna have to resist the temptation of going into ChatGPT and typing, make me a viral video, and just copy pasting that into a teleprompter and then reading that word for word. What you have to do is focus on how can I augment my workflows using AI. An example of that for us is we were spending anywhere between 5 to 10 hours a week doing ideation. We were spending too much time trying to find these videos that have performed performed on other people's platforms or on our platforms. And so we built internal tools to help us fast track discovery, which is the first 10%. Then the 80% execution, right? The scripting, the shooting, the editing is all done by real people. And then the last 10% at the end, that could be AI just reviewing everything and giving you the blind spots that you might not have seen. That is the key with AI, is you want to resist the temptation to replace your entire content team and just augment your processes using AI. And so now you understand that social media is now interest media. The last shift that I'm seeing on social media right now is that we're going from perspective-based ideation to topic-based ideation. One of the first videos I posted in the last 6 months on my Instagram is this pyramid video where I talk about what's actually important in social media. And at the bottom, I would put camera gear, editing, lighting, hooks, formats, but at the top of the pyramid is topic. That is what you're talking about, because all things being equal, you can make a video getting abs in 90 days and you can make a video about building a B2B SaaS company in 90 days. And the one about getting abs, even if they're edited in the same way, is going to get more views because the total addressable market, the TAM, is higher. And in the past, creators would base their ideation off of their perspectives, their unique insights, their, ideas. And unfortunately, now that we have, unlimited data with AI tools today, we're able to do topic-based ideation. We're able to go on One of 10 or on topicfinder.ai, these tools that help you find outliers in your space and go see what topics are hot right now. The key is you don't want to copy those videos. You want to get inspired by those topics. And so if I'm on Topic Finder and I'm seeing that the topic of AI tools is hot right now, I should make videos about AI tools. But the key is to start with the topic, start with the idea, and then put your unique perspectives inside the topic. Don't start with your unique perspective and then try to go find topics that are hot, because unfortunately most of our ideas are actually dog shit. They're actually trash. They don't resonate with people. And so if you want to grow on social media, start with the idea, start with the topic, and then work backwards and insert your unique perspectives, your stories, your analogies, your examples inside of that topic. So that is how to grow in the new era of social media. And as a reminder, if you want my internal content manager hiring SOP, just find me on Instagram, message me the word SOP, and I'll send it over to you. And watch this video next if you want to learn how to grow so fast on social media, it kind of feels like cheating.